Well, you might ask yourself, what the fuck is this? And well, it's part of the thing I was doing. I made this the last few days. I once attempted this kind of thing before. That's I reused some parts, but I couldn't find everything. So that was quite annoying, because I drilled some holes back then, and it was kind of at random. Although I did CNC machine stuff for it, so, but I couldn't find the drawings. So yeah, probably gone. But this is a stretching jig for wires with a very beefy, very beefy, way overkill linear reel and some extrusion profile for building machines and stuff. This is the only piece I had, so that's the reason why it is this long, but I can make it longer quite easy, of course, easily. Just buy these longer, tap 4 holes, and we're done. So, what am I gonna do? I am gonna stretch some wire, because, and this is what I tried earlier, I don't know, 4 years back, I don't know. It is all about solid core copper wire. And what I did, I first used, oh, this is quite thin too. Well, it's not really thin, but 0.5 square millimeter. It's still quite stiff. The thing is, if you pull on the copper wire, if you pull hard enough, it will eventually, if you overcome this the amount of force it will take, it will get pliable, sort of. It will stretch, and probably sort of work hardened as well, because it will stay like that. So that's what I wanted to do. If you know audiostatics, electrostatic speakers, they use the same technique. I think they even used normal wiring for in houses in Europe and such. It's 1.5 square millimeter. But that's really tough to stretch. You need a really solid jig. And since I'm gonna make tweeters, I rather have more wires that are thinner. So I bought this one, and it's also a solid core wire. Not sure if let's see, it's very thin, I think. Oh yeah, it's very thin. But a good thing about this idea, or the use of wire, is that it's already insulated. So if you're making an electrostatic speaker, which is by the way what I'm doing, it's nice to have good insulation, and in this case it's already insulated. I can show you what happens if you stretch it. See, now it's still you know, like this, and if I stretch it and I pull really hard, you will see it break. That was not the idea, but you see, I really pull it out, and now it stays like this, rather flat. Of course it needs support, but that's what in the sneak preview kind of what I did. So I just, well, I leave it. Gonna try and wire this thing and see if it works, because I made it, but did not try it yet. So this is what it is. Some nails, and on this side as well. and we're gonna wrap the wire around, then attach these top plates, and then we're gonna stretch it. But first I had a frame. Let's see how wide I make it. So this is the frame. It fits in. Would be nicer to have a tiny bit smaller spacing, but I'm not sure if my linear rail is allowing that. The panel is too small for this jig, even though this jig is rather small too. Okay, let's do it like this. Okay, then we unwind some wire, because it's annoying, it will be in the way. Not sure how much I need, but probably not enough. Then I kind of thought this out when I drew it, well, I don't know, but I think it was something like I wrap it around this first nail, and then go to the second nail, but then wrap it the other way around. I push. So hopefully it will stay there. Then we just go back and forth, just like with the magnet pen stuff. There we have it. Doesn't look like much. Gonna put this thing over it. I'm just gonna use some clamps. I don't want it to pop off on me. So I'm just gonna put some clamps here and there. Well, let's see what happens. Just need a wrench and pull it. I'll put you closer towards the I should be able to stretch this. Now, there is, you can see it, by the way, the wires popped up here, so apparently it is slipping a bit. But there should be a tension that the wires keep straight. So I'm gonna loosen it up and see if it stays flat. Not completely flat, of course, but or if it becomes a mess again. You can see it becomes a crappy mess, so we're not there yet. It'd be nicer if I only had one screw, but going back up again. So this screw I can. Yeah. So now both screws here I can untied with my hand, and it still looks like this. So that means we stretched it and it will stay like this, but I'll give it a slight amount of tension. Not much, but just like that. And if you look at it closely, it is rather nicely spaced. From this side it looks like there is some wider, it probably is, but if you look from the top it's quite cool. So in this case the spacing is I believe 1 millimeter and the wire is 1.2 or something. I wanted the smaller spacing, but the nails that I used, it said on the package 0.9 millimeter, but they were in fact 1.05 or something. So they're screwing me over. Well, you could do the same with larger nails, that's no problem, but then you have to make multiple rows and space them out, and this is the easiest way. So I'm hoping I can find nails that are slightly thinner, because although they are on quite a lot of tension, they'll manage. Copper is softer, of course, so. Yeah, so that's the benchmark for me. If I can unloosen it with my hand, then there is some tension, but not very much. So these are ready for gluing. Sorry, I really wanted to smoke a cigarette. Although I think one person commented once about smoking in a video. It didn't surprise me it was an American, to be honest, but yeah, it's probably not the most proper thing to do, but / care. Okay, so this is a sort of jig to put spacers in. The ones I made from the popsicle sticks, in this case. And they will fit in there. So I add them. Oops. It's not the best to do double up these sticks, but for this test panel it's all I got, because next time I won't be using double rows. I mean, this is a jig for the HPL, but the HPL was a pain in the ass to fabricate. So it's all in there. Now the only thing is I don't have actually something, I didn't build anything to put underneath here, so I'll probably have to find some random stuff. So I found some random scrap material to put underneath this jig. And now it's kind of eyeballing. Let's see how much it became bigger. So this is gonna fit here. So there will be some wire sticking out. Of course on the other side as well. Doesn't really matter for me, but I could change that, but then I should make it smaller than the panel is itself, and then stretch it very far. But for now I think it will do. So let's glue it in place and then see if it holds. I am gonna use some cyan acrylate glue 175C. I might want to try the 50C. No, I'm gonna use this one. 50C is too much of it runs everywhere, so I'm gonna use this. This should like also kind of a little bit fill in gaps and such. The 50C doesn't fill anything. Sure, maybe the 50C does work better. It just runs a little bit better in between the wires, but what I'm afraid of that it will glue the spacers inside the jig. And that will be kind of shitty. It's hard to see, did I? Ah yeah, it's really hard to see where you put glue. Okay, so now I'm gonna add some weights, just to be sure. Just a few metal pieces. Just enough to push the wires against the wood. I don't want to bend the wires, that's for sure. It's not gonna bend with this weight, but... Okay, now I'll leave it. Although it's super glue, because it's quite a lot, it really takes a while. So I'm just gonna make some dinner.